Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. And I'd like to address some misconceptions and false claims that have been floating through the XRP community in recent days. The Ripple community is giving up on XRP. Or, at the very least, will Ripple be focusing less on XRP in the future? Well, there are doubts about this due to many factors. I get it, and I think it's fine that we're having this conversation, but what about the liquidity hub? Despite XRP's established legitimacy, the cryptocurrency is not yet integrated into any major liquidity hubs. The liquidity hub product, Ripples, was recently included into a number of stable coins. People are advocating for stable coins as a transitional currency. I've seen a lot of folks make moves in that way. Is even Ripple conceding on what is functionally at the center of their entire company? Or does that mean that it is a superior answer than XRP, even as a bridge currency is? Not at all, but I'd want to share my thoughts on the matter here. The concept of on-demand liquidity is also being abandoned. The opposite is true. So it appears that there has been yet another rebranding of the offering around on-demand liquidity. However, this does not indicate that XRP is in danger or that anything malicious is occurring. However, there are also stories like BlackRock rumored to shift crypto focus from Bitcoin to XRP, which show that not all news is negative. Please disembark the bid car and say your aloha. And that's a wrap. Wait, what? Here's the deal, though. Okay, I get that it sounds upbeat. As a result, these kinds of tales continue to gain popularity. No, that simply isn't the case. The opposite is true. And I'll reveal the source of this information. Just wanted to clarify it for you. However, before we go any further, I should state that I am not a financial expert and am not giving any sort of financial advice. Nothing I say is correct, so you shouldn't use it to buy or sell anything. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Here's a headline from the world of cryptocurrencies: no XRP yet, but Ripple adds USDT and Brazil to its liquidity hub. Instead of focusing on XRP, Ripple is expanding its support for stable coins and the availability of its liquidity hubs in Australia and Brazil. The cryptocurrency assets supported by Ripple EPS have grown by two. The two largest stable coins by market capitalization, USDT and USDC, are now supported on the Ripple's platform, as was announced yesterday. This is Ripple, they explained, and we now support stable coins like USDC and USD. We value our enterprise customers and are committed to expanding our compliant asset base to better serve them. Now, as a refresher, let's be clear that here Liquidity Hub is vastly different from on-demand Liquidity Hub. It's merely a price aggregator. To use my terminology, I'll say that Ripple acts as a broker between buyers and sellers. That has nothing to do with instantaneous cash flow. So, it's not even Ripple that's making a profit. The coins are guaranteed to be stable now. Okay. They accept BTC, BCH, and LTC in addition to the original Litecoin and Bitcoin. After that, they brought in US dollars. But that's all it is, really. Yes, XRP was originally intended to be a part of this by Ripple. Unfortunately, XRP was not available at the time of launch. And Ripple has openly stated the reason for such is the lack of clarity in the law. But I think we can safely say that's behind us now. Unless, of course, you're hoping for some sort of technical insight into the case itself, what with all the things with, the prospective appeal and whatever. If that's the case, though, I'd love to hear from Ripple. They are openly promoting the idea that XRP has the backing of the law, which it obviously does. Even though XRP has not yet returned, they are moving forward with plans for a proper party for the month of September. So, it's pretty much a given that this will happen, right? Before integrating XRP, however, we must first finish the necessary legal paperwork. Do people really believe that? Possibly, the solution is a yes. There is a lot of uninformed conjecture among the XRP community, so hearing from them would be appreciated. It's reasonable that everyone here is baffled by the current situation. This is just conjecture on my part. XRP is still obviously fundamental to their economic model, so there must be an explanation. The fact that it has been made public, however, does not convince me that Ripple is any less confident about the upcoming RP or anything similar. This growth of liquidity centers is encouraging. Again though, that's just Ripple facilitating connections, like, say, Kayak or Priceline, or even Google Flights. Just a simple pricing comparison tool. Then there was also, I suppose this is where I would have just said, oh yes, so there's this post from my buddy XRP. Eddie, the crypto YouTuber. For a moment, let me expand this chart to fill the entire screen. The report is titled Worldwide Transfer Values of Payment Systems, 2021 to 2023. The following is what she then penned. When it comes to international money transfers, stable currencies have already surpassed MasterCard in terms of volume and are quickly closing up on Visa in their pursuit of Bitcoin. This is Navin Gupta, a Ripple employee, saying on-demand liquidity would use other coins, which is why the hub has recently included Tether and USDC. Holy cow, other hogwash on the concept though? Let's face it, no one should be shocked by this. When exactly this will occur is something I cannot say. However, Ripple has openly explored this idea, which I have been bringing up for years. Actually, Brad Garlinghouse discussed this topic some decades ago. All we've done is use XRP, he said. To paraphrase, we've only ever dealt in XRP. Until now, in terms of liquidity on demand. However, we will switch to a different cryptocurrency for OTL if the situation calls for it. This could be due to regional differences, legal ambiguity, or the fact that XRP may not be liquid enough in some corridors, preventing us from connecting markets there. You need a bridging mechanism. Therefore, this does not rule out the possibility of XRP's primary use by Ripple. Connecting clients is good for business, so if the choice is between that and using a different coin, they'll choose with the latter. Therefore, this does not disprove that XRP is essential to their operations. I don't see any need to worry about this. Again, this has been discussed openly at the highest levels of Ripple for many years. That being said, this is not terrible. Nothing changes, and we shouldn't put all our eggs in the Ripple basket hoping that XRP goes up in price. When deciding whether or not to invest in a given cryptocurrency, I just take a look at the entire ecosystem surrounding that coin. That's how it has been for me with XRP or H-bar. Pick the cryptocurrency where I see practical application. There's a community behind it, and its success isn't the result of the efforts of a one person. No way, not in my case. The XRP community member Yes, Sir Mubarak reposted that, though. As he continued to write, I'm sensing Ripple is shifting from reliance on XRP and cross-border payments to new use cases. He mentioned institutional custody of digital assets, derivatives, central bank, digital currencies, and carbon credit markets. I'm not trying to imply that's a terrible move. However, long-term success for XRP requires more than just Ripple. That's why projects like Evernote, the How Network, and Hooks are so exciting to me. That's an interesting point, and I guess I'd have to agree. While it's fine to pay attention to what the populace are up to, I think it's a mistake to do so exclusively when observing Ripples. Since they're the most visible contributor to the XRP ecosystem, we'll be paying special attention to them. I'll continue to bring them up since they're still important. And if something untoward occurred to Ripple, people would react. I don't know what that might signify, if anything, including for the price of XRP, is anyone's guess. That's cool, and go ahead and continue with your Ripple. Of course, that's wonderful too. Doing all these other things isn't going to detract from the fact that XRP is still important to their business strategy. However, we need to acknowledge that XRP is, in fact, quite important to them. Also, I'm not claiming that he is. I've already said as much. Let me clarify, I am not arguing against crypto, Eddie Race, or Mubarak, rather, I am elaborating on the matter. That's about all there is to it, And then, if anybody's afraid, I was trying to alleviate the worry a little bit if there's any other because, from where I'm sitting, it simply doesn't make sense to be concerned about that. And that's, if that's the case, we can all respectfully disagree, but that's how I see it. You take David Schwartz there on X, the staying current on Ripple's strategy imply, knowing that Ripple is moving away from XRP, in some tiny but important way, wrote another XRP community member named Nits Dollars. Eddie's coin was only an expansion, he added. The way I view it is similar. There's more going on with that Ripple. But that doesn't mean XRP's significance has diminished in any way. They have made some wise decisions. As a result, XRP is used for on-demand liquidity at a higher rate than expected, on a scale from 1 to 10, even if there are other coins accessible and in demand. That gets my enthusiastic approval. That is just okay with me. That's okay. Oh, DL branding has been talked about for days, but I hadn't brought it up on the channel until now. I missed it. Was there really a need to watch it? I was hoping that Ripple would make a public statement on this matter, but they haven't as of yet. However, here's a recent mention of this topic at Utility FTW from an account that published bullish speculation that Ripple is moving away from OTL branding. And then, I'll explain. And then, he basically goes on to mention a bunch of facts, like how a Google search for Ripple currently redirects me to a completely unrelated website. Now the choice is yours in terms of how to proceed. This is the new page that is being forwarded from the OTL page. Its URL is displayed at the top of the screen. And here, settlement takes place in seconds rather than days. Therefore, we don't hear anything about OTL. However, they are discussing international money transfers. There has been no decline or anything like in XRP usage. So please take into account that it is not the case that DL is disappearing, rather, it has simply been renamed. That's how it appears to me. This isn't the first time RippleNet has been employed with 3 distinct technologies. There was XCurrent, XFast, and XVIA, and later it was just called RippleNet in general. OTL is officially distinguished from this, but can be attached to it. However, once again, it's the same old technology. The manner in which we express things is merely a component of that. That's pretty much it, with some minor name changes to avoid confusion. I don't really see the issue. And then this happened. From investing.com comes word that BlackRock may be shifting its crypto attention away from Bitcoin and toward XRP. This, of course, was immediately apparent to be false to me. So, here's the deal, we're all human, and we all make mistakes and get enthusiastic to spread fresh stories just to discover that a crucial element of one of them isn't genuine. Now we have this disappointing piece of news. Since I recognize that we are all fallible and that accidents sometimes occur, I try to keep an open mind. Here's how I go about it. If someone makes a bold assertion, I won't simply repost it on social media or back it up on my YouTube channel. Whenever I hear a claim as substantial as this one, I naturally want to verify that it is true. So, you're referring to BlackRock, the largest corporation in the industry. Assets under control of over $10 trillion make it the largest asset manager in the world. They recently reported that the paperwork for a potentially huge spot Bitcoin ETF has been filed. If that gets greenlit, then for months, people have been discussing this issue at length in the local community. And now they're saying, oh, well, we're going to shift from Bitcoin to XRP. That certainly would be some major breaking news. Surely that would be the topic of conversation. Surely Bitcoin Maximus would be too proud to cry. Right? If such a bold assertion turns out to be accurate, then great. But I want to make sure that's real on my channel before I start simply reposting it. Let's dig a little more into this. That's how I operate, and I think everyone would benefit from being more cautious in general, because I am. If you tell me you have a dog named Buck, for example, I'll accept your word for it because I have no reason to doubt your word. You have a dog now, you know. Not exactly a bold assertion. I'll let others know that, yes, he does own a dog. You can call it Fluffy. The dog you own is a fluffy one, and you own a fluffy dog. Oh, right. And then I say that you may fool me into thinking that something that isn't true isn't important at all. Forget that, I couldn't care less. Contrast talking about having a dog named Fluffy with talking about something like this black rock, say XRP instead of Bitcoin. That's a more serious issue. We find that more implausible. Therefore, we need a new benchmark. That needs its own set of criteria. Since we are all human and prone to making mistakes, it is good to see Crypto Insight UK speaking up against this. A user on Reddit commented, "I have to say, I'm huge XRP as you all know, but this is complete S-word," after sharing the post. It was made up in a forum post. Take a look at my post, I've linked to it in the discussion. This, then, is where the Wall Street bulls got it. Not that I'm picking on you or anything. But there's startling news. Big banks like BlackRock are reportedly rethinking their support for Bitcoin and looking into alternatives like XRP. Okay, but the article didn't precisely say that. Even yet, the source given is a Forbes story, which I won't link to since I don't want to read it all, with the headline "Leak Reveals BlackRock's Game-Changing Bitcoin Plan That Could Cause Price Chaos for Ethereum, XRP, and Crypto." This article was published on August 11th of this year. In light of the current events surrounding Bitcoin and BlackRock's approach, it is important to notice the potential effects on other cryptocurrencies, such as XRP, that are discussed throughout this article. Yes, that's the last word. Yes, that's the last word. From that idea in Forbes more than a month ago, to today's news that BlackRock may be shifting its crypto focus away from Bitcoin and toward XRP. Completely not the case at all. That headline is totally wrong and completely fake. So, once more, to everyone in the neighborhood, this is not meant as an insult. When it comes to more substantial assertions, I'm simply advocating for a higher standard of care. Even if you're mistaken about a little point, no one will notice. In this case, though, I think we can all agree is the case. As such, this one is larger. It would be enormous. Every major news outlet that reports on cryptocurrency would have to report on this. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't make any major decisions based on what I've said. Instead, wait until the next time we go to the moon before buying or selling anything. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.